Today I am going to explain Kong, Skull Island. This is the time of 1944, war is going on everywhere. Because it's time for World War II, and at the same time, the plan of an American pilot named Hank crashes. He falls on an island in the South Pacific, and only then he sees that another plane is crashing here, a pilot from Japan. Now because Japan and the US, there is a war going on in between, so both start fighting with each other. And then two big hands come on the top of the hill, and these are the hands of a giant ape. The story goes from here. In the year 1973, where a man named Bill is shown, who is from the US, is the head of the government organization Monarch. He goes to the senator and shows him a map of an island. The bill says that no country in the world knows about this island. It is mentioned only in mythology. This island is called Skull Island. It is said that God left this place incomplete. The ship and plane going from here is never seen by anyone again. This place is more dangerous than the Bermuda Triangle in 1954, when nuclear tests were done at this place. So it was not a nuclear test, but he was trying to kill someone. And if we go to this place to search, then we can find a lot here, but the senator does not allow them. They really need funds. But when the senator is told that after 3 days a satellite from Russia will pass over that island, and after this the picture we have will also be with Russia. Hearing this, the senator gives him permission. And after this the whole team leaves for that island. There is also James Conrad with them, who has fought the Vietnam War, and James will guide them in this whole journey. All these reach near the island by a very big ship of water. From here they have to go forward in a helicopter, but there is a big storm ahead. That's why no one wants to go further. Bill says we won't get this chance again, we all must move on. Everyone agrees with the words and enter the helicopter inside the storm, where there is a very strong lightning, and when they blow that storm, so they reach Skull Island, which is so beautiful. After reaching here, seismic bombs fall on this island. The seismic bomb is not meant to harm anyone, but it creates vibrations in the earth, by which they come to know what is under the earth. They see in their monitor that the earth is hollow from below, that is, there is a lot of mineral matter at the bottom. They are dropping bombs all over the island like this. Just then a big tree comes and collides with the helicopter, causing it to crash. And before they can understand anything, it looks like a huge giant ape is standing in front of them. It is so big that their helicopters look like toys in front of them. They all start firing at him, which fills the ape with anger and destroys almost all their helicopters one by one. The number of people who survive in the crashed helicopter are divided into two teams. One team is led by James and the other by Bill, who had planned to come here. He is accompanied by the colonel, who grieves after losing his men. And he takes the Bill at gunpoint. He says, "Tell me everything truth about this place." The Bill tells that 30 years ago, "Today I was on a ship named Legion, which disappeared forever. There were 1,000 people among them. There was only one left in that entire ship. Everyone was told that that ship sank, but the truth is that our ship was not sunk. Rather, he was drowned by a monster. I kept telling this to people for 30 years, but no one ever believed me. There are monsters in this world. He was the one who ruled this earth before us. And if not today, then tomorrow they will reach us, and by burying all of us under the ground, once again we will capture the whole earth. I want you to take us back safely from here with full evidence, so that we can show that evidence to the military, and come back and destroy all these monsters forever." On the other hand, James and his companions are shown. James tells everyone that we have to reach the sea with the help of the river. Our ship will stay there for 3 days. We will send a signal in some way, that he can get us out of here safely. And when they reach near the river, a big Iwee comes out of the water. Everyone is surprised to see that James says no one will shoot, and when they don't shoot, Iwee turns them around without saying anything. Now they reach where there are some ruins, and the next moment many tribals surround them from all sides. They also give gun tan on them, and what they have to do before they can understand anything. Here comes the Hank. This is the same US soldier whose plane crashed on these islands 28 years 11 months ago, when World War II was going on. He makes them understand that they will not be called anything by the tribesmen. And then Hank takes them to the clan's village, where is a very old ship. Hank says that this ship came here 10 years before my arrival, and when they go inside the ship, they see that there are many pictures of the giant ape who attacked them. And the people here worship him. All the people on this island are completely silent. All of them have a vow of silence forever. Here Hank tells everyone about the ape who attacked you. His name is Kong. He is the king here. He protects everyone here. When my plane crashed here, a Japanese plane crashed and his pilot had become my friend, but there are some such creatures under the earth, which look like lizards. In them I say Skullcrawler, they ate my Japanese friend. Of all these lizards, one is so big that it ate an entire species of Kong. And then Kong is the last of its species, which is still studying. It is said that if the Kong is over, the Skullcrawler will come out and will destroy everything here on this island. He asks Hank why Kong attacked us. Hank tells them that this island is Kong's home. If you bomb someone's house, he will treat you like this. Also, when you drop the bomb, the Skullcrawlers came on it from below. All that Kong destroyed, otherwise none of you would have survived. This tells Hank that in both of the three we have to reach the other end of the island, where our ship is waiting for us in the sea. Hank tells them that you can't reach there even in 30 days, but I have a boat, from which we can reach that place in 3 days, but first we have to repair it. The same is shown on the other side where Packard, Bill and his people are moving through the forest. Then a huge spider attacks them. They kill that spider. He has a partner who has been separated from both the teams, whose name is Chapman. When he goes to drink water in the river, he sees Kong coming from the front. Kong doesn't see him, and when Kong drinks water, a huge octopus attacks him. Kong kills that octopus and eats it and leaves from this place. The Chapman then sits on top of a tree, but it is not a tree, it is a creature, who runs away from here, because Skullcrawlers have come in front of him when it kills the Chapman. The same is shown in the clan, where everyone is repairing the boat. In these there is a girl named Mason who is a photographer, and when she goes to the other side of a dangerous wooden wall on the border of the tribe, so she sees that her helicopter has landed over a huge wild buffalo, which happens to be still alive. Mason wants to help the buffalo by picking up the helicopter, but the helicopter is too full. Then here comes Kong. He lifts the helicopter with his 2 fingers. Mason gets very scared seeing Kong, but Kong doesn't attack her, just looks at her with hateful eyes and leaves this place. After this, the next day all these boats go towards the other end of the island. On the way, their radio starts working. This other team, whose leader is now a colonel because Bill is dead, tell them that we are going to reach you very soon. But then very dangerous birds flying over them attack, who picks up one of their companions and kills them. After some time they meet with another team, from where they now have to go to the side where their ship is. But the colonel says that I have to go to the west, because they're one of my soldiers, whose name is Chapman. His helicopter crashed. Actually the colonel does not know that the Chapman has been killed. Now Hank warns everyone here that we should not go west because there are Skullcrawlers, but Colonel Packard tells James that your job is to show us the way and find those who are lost. That's why James has to obey him, and now everyone goes to the west where all these reach a valley of skeletons. Hank tells everyone that this skeleton is from dinosaurs and Kong's family. And when they are moving through this valley, only then the same Skullcrawlers in which Chapman was killed, they attack. Along with this, the birds flying here who had taken one of their companions from the boat, they also attack them. They kill all the birds as well as the Skullcrawlers. Hank tells Colonel Packard that we should get out of these areas quickly because this is Skullcrawlers' territory, but the colonel doesn't want to leave without his fellow Chapman. Just then James shows him the Chapman's locket. He says it came out from inside Skullcrawlers. That means he has been killed. We should go back. But the colonel says that I want to go to his helicopter, because he has a lot of weapons by which we can kill Kong. Hank is shocked to hear this. He says that you cannot kill the king. The people here worship him. He protects this island. James says Chapman was not killed by Kong anyway. He was killed by Skullcrawlers. We are in danger from Skullcrawlers. The colonel says that I will kill the Skullcrawlers as well as the Kong because he killed so many of my soldiers. James says that if you want to go to the helicopter then go. I go from boat to ship with the rest of the people, so that we can stop him there. And after this the colonel leaves for the helicopter with his army soldier. After going some distance, they get all that ammunition in the helicopter. On the other hand, James, Mason and other civilians are all going towards the boat. James and Mason leave everyone on the way and head towards the top of a hill so that he can see where his ship is. By the time they reach the top of the hill, it is night and the next moment the Kong appears in front of them. They get scared seeing him, and soon understand that Kong doesn't want to harm them. The Mason that has already met with Kong is liked by him, which makes both of them realize that Kong is a peace-loving ape. Then there is a blast in the forest which is done by the colonel and his comrades. Actually they have laid a trap for the Kong. When Kong reaches that place, he gets caught in their trap. He gets badly burned, causing Kong to faint. And now he wants to blow the Kong off the bomb, but before they do that, here comes James, Mason and Hank, who take the colonel to the gunpoint and forbids him to detonate the bomb. The colonel tells his men to kill them, But now his soldiers have also turned against him, because he knows that Kong is not his enemy. Rather, their enemy is the skullcrawlers, and only then a giant skullcrawler emerges out of the water. And before he can finish it all, Kong comes to his senses, and before the colonel detonates the bomb, Kong knocks it down in his hand. Now here a fierce fight starts between Kong and Skullcrawler. Everyone else starts running towards their boat, and when all of them are going towards the boat, Skullcrawler attacks them. But before he kills them, Kong makes a powerful attack on the Skullcrawler. And once again the fierce battle between Skullcrawler and Kong begins. The same Mason goes to the top of the hill, from where she fires the flare gun, so that all the people in the ship get the signal. In the same Kong and Skullcrawler fight, Kong is caught in chains, and before Skullcrawler kills him, humans shoot him with bullets, thereby attracted the attention of Skullcrawler, and he starts moving towards them to crush their boat. But now Kong also stole itself from chains. Actually it is the chain of an old big ship, in which it also has a blade. Kong badly injures that Skullcrawler with that blade. Here the Mason, which is on the top of the hill, also falls, but before she knows her life, Kong takes her out of the water. Skullcrawler is still alive. He puts the same hand inside his mouth that has the Mason inside, but Kong sticks out his tongue so that he is killed. After this, Kong puts the Mason on the bank of the river, where James comes to him. The Mason is still alive, and they both see Kong go, and after that all of these are also looted. Your home, where Hank is shown, who went to war in 1944. Today, after 30 years, he has come home, where he is very happy to meet his son, who is now 30 years old, and his wife. In the post-credits scene we are shown that James and Mason are kept in their secret office. And then there comes Brooks and San Lin, who are on the island with these two. And he tells them that Kong is not the only king, but there is something else here too. It shows them a painting of, and the movie completes on this scene.